Good day, it's Janara. Let's do this inequality. If x squared is less than 4, then we should find which inequality is satisfying x. To get rid of this 2 squared, we should take in root both sides. And we have here, and root of 4 will be plus or minus 2. It means that x is between -2 and 2. It will be D. It will not be E because here we have or equal to, but here we don't have it. That's why it will be just less than, and here also less than. You can check it. For example, when we put any number between these -2 and 2, let's say 0 or 1, or -1, it will satisfy this inequality because 0 squared is 0, yes, it's less than 4. 1 squared is 1, yes, it's less than 4. And -1 squared is also 1, it is less than 4. But when we substitute some other number, let's say -3 and just maybe some 4, it will not satisfy because -3 squared is not less than 4. It is 9. So it's not satisfying. And when we substitute just 4, let's say 4, let's put it here. 4 squared less than 4. No, it's not less than 4. Nothing else satisfies greater than 2 and less than -2. All the numbers, just numbers between these -2 and 2. If x is less than 0 and y is greater than 0, which of the following will always be greater than 0? Always. Let's check first one, x plus y. Is it greater than 0? For example, when x is -3, and y, let's say 1. When we add them, we have negative number. But when we use, instead of x, -1, and instead of y, let's use 4. When we add them, we have positive number. So it depends. Sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's positive. So it's not always positive. For B, x minus y, let's use the same numbers, -3 and 1. -3 minus 1 will be -4. It's negative. Even when we use the second pair, -1 and 4, let's use it, -1 minus 4, we have -5. So whatever numbers we substitute, we have negative value. That's why it's not B. We need something positive, always greater than 0. And for C, x, -3 and y, for example, 1, we have something negative. Negative divided by positive will always be negative. No. And for D, something negative we multiply by something positive, we have negative. No. And that's why it will be E, because -2 times something negative, -3 in our case, we have positive. That's why answer is E. If x is less than 0 and y is less than 0, which of the following is always true? So we have x something negative, let's say -3, and y, let's say -1, it's also negative. We know that when we add two negative numbers, we will have also something negative. It's not greater than 0. Let me show you. -3 plus -1, it means we subtract, and we have a negative number. Always negative. For B, x times y, Negative 3 times negative 1, it is positive. It's not less than 0, that's why it's wrong. For C, x minus y, negative 3 minus negative 1, we have negative 3 plus 1, it is negative 2. It is not greater than 0. Sometimes it can be greater than 0 if we use negative 3 for x and let's say negative 4 for y. And when we subtract minus 4, it will be plus, and we have negative 3 plus 4 is 1. Sometimes it's positive, but sometimes it's negative. That's why we can't say it is always like that. So it's not the case. And x plus y less than 0. Negative 3 plus our y, let's say negative 1, we have negative 3 minus 1, it is negative 4. Yes, it's right. And of course it can be x equals to y. Sometimes maybe it can, but sometimes it can't be. But when you add two negative numbers, it will always be something negative, less than 0.